Hi guys, it's Maggie from My Scattered Brain. My back has been out for almost 3 days, but I'm a little more mobile now. I feel really good today, so I have to tell myself not to overdo it. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on over here, and then maybe we'll just hang out. I'll show you a couple things I've just been doing, and maybe do a little art project. Hold on. We have a building going up. It's technically a carport, and it's going to have that little overhang there, little like porch. The floor is not cement or anything. The floor is crushed cement gravel, so not really sure, but I'm going to try and make part of that my hangout. Oh my gosh, these are picked this morning. My husband just brought these home for me. I wonder if Susan at I Totally Love It is familiar with this farm, because she used to live in my area. If you've never had freshly picked strawberries picked the morning that you bought them, it's a totally different experience. All right, I zip tied my camera mount, my phone mount. It was drooping in the last video, so now I zip tied it so that I don't have all this time that I work and it's not a good video. So my back has been out, and usually that would mean sciatica, but it didn't mean sciatica this time. It just meant I strained my lower back somehow, and I don't know how, because, you know, as it goes with these things, it's never when you're doing something extreme or heavy. It's when you're like picking up a piece of paper. So I started doing this thing. I call it a face a day. It's I'm just taking a book that has nothing of value in it for me as far as the content, and I had forgotten, but originally I was using this and just making designs that I could use as mark making later on. But I picked it up because I just wanted to do some sketching in a book, and then maybe paint in it as well. The things I should have done first is probably glue 3 pages together. You know, every 3 pages glued together to make it heavy. This happens to be a book that has heavy pages, and they're matte pages, which is why I'm using this book. But once I get rolling, I may be applying stuff that will want to like warp the page and seep through. So I'm going to do that from here on out, but I'll just show you what I've been doing. So I try and, when I think of it, I try and do a face each day, and it's just a loose sketch that I'm going to hopefully paint or do something to later. So some of it gets kind of lost and it's kind of light, so I'm hoping that you can see it. And some of them, like this one here, was kind of, was it that one? One of them I was kind of like trying to do an angle. I'm not saying that this looks like her, but like there's a different angle to the face that I wanted to try. This one here was from her, so she's got the, so I don't really know where any of this is going to go, but it's something that I wanted to try, just making myself do some type of sketching on a fairly regular basis. Here's one. I took that picture of my mom. She was looking up. So I took that affect. I'll show you. Let me show you on the big picture. You see how she's kind of looking up? So I want to try and kind of do looking up. That one I just did yesterday. I just did it. So I'm trying not to do too much thinking about any of it. And I think the sketching part is probably easier than the shading in and coloring part, so I'm just going to sketch for a while before I try anything. So I think here on out what I'm going to do is maybe for these future pages I will like glue 3 pages together, and then also like if I take this and I glue 3 pages together, then I'm also gonna maybe just rub a little gesso on there so that it's ready for me. Right now I think I kind of like how everything kind of gets lost in the words, because then I don't have to I don't know. Camouflage is my imperfection. I know. It's a thing. Well, you know what? When you do things, you want them to be nice, right? And you want them to be what you want them to be. Alright, so maybe today I'll work on my birds and flowers. Haven't done that for a while. I don't have anything cut out or done yet, so I'm going to prepare these 2 pages. I'm going to sand them down and put some gesso on them and let them dry, and I'll be back with hopefully some ideas. Okay guys, so I'll just go through some of the process. The other day I had a craft-a-lanch on the floor. It was in one of my videos and a lot of stuff came out. And so this was part of it. And that I thought that's a good place to start. And this was part of it. And I thought that's a good place to start. And then I went in the magazines and I was looking for birds and flowers because that's the theme. And I saw this rock climber picture, and I thought, well, that really kind of goes with those other 2 things. I like this. It's ice on berries, I think. But then I got to thinking that Susan from I Totally Love It is doing a collaboration with Tammy from Lou Frou Studios. The Junk Journal Madness for May, and it's grungy. So I'm thinking I might want to save these for the grunginess factor. Not that it can't be replicated, but maybe that's why I'm drawn to those. Maybe that's on my mind. So anyway, so I went looking for birds. This whole page is birds. So I'm going to save this out for any work that I might do in this journal, because it's a good resource. But I like these guys. They're bob whites. I thought they were quails, but... And then I was looking for flowers, and I actually found this whole scene. To me, it's southwestern. Let me see. Got it out of an auction catalog. And I can tell you the artist in a minute. Let's figure out. Here we go. Page 55. Pierre Bonnard, and it's called Le Canet. It's actually Mediterranean theme. Le Canet is a village above the town near Cannes. Maybe that's where everybody goes to take a break from the film festival. So I thought maybe I would do that in combo. And having these birds lower on the page and this up higher will make it look like it's in the distance. That's my theory anyway. So I'm going to start with that. So I still kind of need a flower, like see how you can see flowers there, but that's not really how I've been doing the book. It kind of looks like they're going to head over that way, right?
It does.
All right, you need some inks.
And what book is that? It's another one of those kids.
Yeah, this is all about animals. It's a book all about animals. Could have the chicken looking at him.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we're going to take this off and this off. Got to ink them. Yeah, maybe I'll ink them first. Where is my anchor? Oh, where is my anchor? So guys, quick update. So that pile of cement, that's where the sheds used to be. And then this building went up. These guys were so good. They put it up and they took part of one day and part of today and put the whole thing up. And I think it was really less than 10 working hours, if you want to calculate it that way. That's going to be my spot. I'm going to try and jazz it up. And then this will be my husband's spot. And then what that's going to do is give me my carport that's actually attached to my house. It's going to free that up. Because that's a nice place to sit too. It gets cool in there. And right now that's all filled up with projects. Alright, back to the crafting. Although I am going to go pick out some plants. Okay, I took a little break. Did some errands. Alright, so I've been putting these things in. And what I'm trying to do is make it look like kind of like a continuous road. And there are some flowers here, but you know, they're very abstract, I guess you would say. So I have these. These are Melanie 2003. And I'm saying they're iris. And so I'm going to put a row of these in. Here maybe. Maybe in more than one place. So let me get that ripping. I'm going to rip out the whole thing and then maybe I'll break it into two. This is kind of a heavyish cardstock. Because it is in fact a card. And then maybe these, I don't know yet. So maybe like that. See these little birdies, they're going to sneak right through the bushes. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to do a whole bunch of randomness with my gluing. So maybe get this part down. I don't know, can you guys still see it? Probably not. Let's see. Let's get this wire out of the way. Okay. So I'm 99.9% better with my back. I just have to tell myself to behave and not overdo things. Oh, look at that one. Yep. I don't know, that might be too obvious, but it's okay. Okay. Okay, so I think now I'm gonna lay this stuff down. I was gonna do paint first. I don't think it's really actually that critical. Okay, so 2 little bob whites. They're thinking about breaking out of their fence and then looking off into the distance, and there's this trail. Leads to a really neat looking town where I bet you there's a lot of good bugs and stuff to eat. I'll paint when I get back. All right, it's a little bit late at night, but I want to finish this up. So I hope you can see it well enough. And then when I'm done, I will take a still photo so you can see it. All right, what I did was, when I left this, I took some matte medium. It looks white on here, but it comes out clear. And what that does is it takes the gloss off of the It actually seals in the gloss of the magazine page. So I just squirted this and then moved it around with my hand and smoothed it out. So now I just want to just a touch of paint. I'm not sure what color. I'm almost thinking like a gray. Or oh boy, this is some horrible light. All right, I think I'm just going to do some mark making. Good night.